How's everybody doing? Man, look, I see some familiar faces here. You know, I wanted to tell you all before we get going, 4 years ago, Brad Combs called me up and he said, I'm thinking about doing a meetup in Las Vegas. And I said, well, yeah, that'd be cool. You think we could get anybody there? And I said, I do have one request, that you don't make me get on stage. With friends like these, right?
Yeah.
So everybody knows Uphold.
Yeah.
But the greatest thing about Uphold is that they did not fold during the SEC lawsuit. Do you have any idea how many times I backed up the truck because of Uphold during the SEC lawsuit? A lot. So, Nancy,
Yeah.
talk about the crypto market.
We do, but I would also say you never wanted to be on stage. But just last year, when I was at XRP Vegas, somebody was on stage that I was going to take a picture of. And I weaved my way through these little tables just to sit on the edge of a chair, take a quick picture. I unfortunately chose one chair that was empty, just on the corner to take a pic. Not 2 seconds in, 4 people said, get out of that chair. And I was like, no, it's okay. I'm Nancy from Uphold. I'm just going to take a quick picture. No, that's DAI chair. DAI chair. Get out of the chair. I was like, no, it's okay. I know him, right? He'll be okay. I'm just going to say, that's DAI's chair. Can you please leave? So I feel really, really privileged to be on stage with the GOAT.
Yeah.
So yeah. I've come a long way.
Yeah. If you would tell my wife that, I would appreciate it. So, what are your thoughts on this crypto market?
Yeah, I think obviously we saw a dampened Q1, but as we were talking back there and we were talking with everybody out here, the beauty about being here is that everybody understands the vision, where we're headed, how this thing is taking over. So even if we have, I'd say softer markets for a little bit of time, there is so much happening that it is a matter of time, I think, before we start to see more traction again, right? You have tokenized equities, you have the Clarity Act coming, you have all these things that I think are on the cusp of really propelling the industry, the blockchain usage, the market forward. So, I think all of us have been through this many a time, and I think, what we see what's on the horizon, and I think everybody's sticking the course.
Yeah, I can remember in 2018-19, I was telling you backstage, I'd be on the phone with Brad Combs, and he would say, the market was like $100 billion total. And we're like, I guess we need to just make another video. But that was much worse. But the setup just feels like what Wall Street would do in preparation for the thing to boom. That's what it feels like to me. So what do you think about this Clarity Act?
I think regulatory clarity is a good thing, right? I know Lloyd did a poll, and half of the people here, this is their first XRP Vegas. I don't know if that means you're new to XRP Vegas or new to the blockchain crypto space, but I would say there's been a lot of us that have been in this for a long time, and I think regulatory clarity would be a great thing, right? Having the true definition that these digital assets are digital commodities, not securities, is a great thing to have. I think also, that will allow more industries, financial institutions, banks, others, to even propel themselves further in the space. So, I'm hoping it gets passed, and I'm hoping that, it brings the clarity we need.
What do you think about the bank drama with the rewards stablecoin?
I think that earning rewards in yield has been an essential portion or component of blockchain since it started. Right? I mean, that's the whole point of the community, right? I stake my tokens, I deliver tokens, I can get yield in return for that. DeFi protocols, I can earn yield. It is just inherent in blockchain. And I think as people understand what is the power of blockchain and really giving financial freedom to users, they will see that people want yield, period. So we can tussle around who gets to give it and who doesn't get to give it. But the idea of blockchain is that people own their finances, so they will go and find it. And so I think that, yield should be available to everyone, and I think everybody should be able to have access to yield.
I was one of the ones that was debanked, by the way.
You were?
They took out 2 of my bank accounts actually back then, so we've come a long way.
Long way.
So tell me about Uphold tokenizing securities and what you guys are going to be working on.
Yeah, so I think everybody saw Paul's presentation maybe before about tokenized securities and be able to put assets on the blockchain, right? Make their transactions transparent, secure, immutable. So you will see, and we announced last year that we are getting the proper permissions in order to bring tokenized assets to our users. So you'll see us do a lot of things in these coming months, right? We've launched loans, we will have fractional equities, and then tokenized securities, where a couple of things will happen. One, you can have access to tokenized securities, right? So maybe traditional securities now on the blockchain. And then also, ideally, what you'll have is access potentially to private companies that you may not have had access before. Again, inherent in blockchain is giving you financial freedom and access. So maybe you can now have access to private companies that you may not have had before. And so we want to bring both of those use cases to Uphold.
So I'd like to be able to buy some Berkshire Hathaway stock for like
Exactly.
$5.
Oh, well, you can buy a fraction.
Yeah.
And get your $5.
That'd be good. And then you guys have this instant credit Visa product, and I want to know if XRP is going to come into play with this.
Yeah, so we did launch where you can use your assets as collateral for a loan that goes on a Visa signature credit card. You can spend it anywhere, 150 million merchants around the world. Right now it's BTC, ETH, and USD, but in May, it will launch for XRP.
Nice.
So you will be able to, I think
Big.
hold your XRP. You do not have to sell it. You can put it up as collateral and unlock the value that it has and use that for everyday spending on your Visa card. And then you can pick your repayment plan and your APY that goes with that plan. And that way you can hold on to that asset you dearly love and then still unlock the value for your everyday needs.
Well, I was worried that you were going to come out here and tell us that XRP was not going to be available. We'd have to sneak you out the back door.
Yeah.
But,
no, it's coming next month.
Okay, that's good stuff. And then you got the debit rewards card as well.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we're trying to do to help people earn and stack rewards, right? We just talked about people want yield, people want the ability to earn on their XRP while they still hold it. So right now we do have a debit card. You can earn up to 4% XRP back. We did announce that we are going to have this limited edition XRP branded debit card. So you can sign up for this and it will also give you the 4% rewards back and you can use it in your daily spending. But there will be 2,000 of these, so they are first come, first serve, and you can sign up for the wait list at the booth.
That sounds good. Now, when I was putting this interview together, I was watching a video where you were interviewed by Thinking Crypto, and I was like, man, they have tons of products. So I just listed them all. I got to hear about all of these. The Auto-Invest Paycheck was the other one.
Yeah, so again, I keep going back to, you'll find that we are very market-led in when we bring out new products and services for people. So one of the things that people want is to earn when they make trades, and they want to make it as simple as possible. So you can deposit part or all of your paycheck on Uphold, and now you just go in and you choose, I want 100% of that paycheck or 10% of that paycheck to go to XRP and any other tokens you choose, and every time you get paid, then you will make a trade. And when you do that, you'll get 3% XRP back. So we're trying to help people make it simple to add to their portfolio instantly. It's like paycheck to crypto and earn 3% XRP.
That is good. And then the other thing that I heard you talking about was the USD. It was USD high interest savings. Yeah. That sounded interesting to me.
Yeah, we've been talking about lots of different products, right? How can I earn more without letting go of my assets or insuring my assets or things like that. And so this USD is, you can take your cash, right? And you can put it in this account and earn 3.7%. So it's, you know, higher than most banks that I have around me, and it is ready there to act on the market whenever you want. So it's right next to your trading venue. You can earn USD interest every month. It's paid out, and then you can have it to take advantage of the market. You can even, when you liquidate any assets, put it right back in the account and be earning interest.
Is that insured?
It is. So it's FDIC-insured through our partner up to $2.5 million. So with a traditional bank account, it's $250,000, but we can insure it up to $2.5 million, and you can keep it right on the platform, earn interest, and then use it and put it back.
What are you guys doing with the RLUSD?
Yeah, so RLUSD, again, earning, right? I think you're seeing a theme. People really want to be able to maximize their assets and their holdings. So right now with RLUSD, we have a rewards program where you hold RLUSD and you can earn back on that. And then you'll see us later this year come out with a new earnings program where you'll be able to earn even more on RLUSD. So again, it's earning without having to liquidate or sell your assets.
Now, I saw that you have a partnership with Vast Bank, which is Greg Kidd's bank. For those that don't know, Greg Kidd was one of the first 10 people at Ripple. He's the Forrest Gump of investing, as he calls himself. So what's going on with this Vast Bank partnership?
Yeah, so Greg and his team have USBC and a partnership with Vast Bank. It is a chartered bank. And what we are doing with them is being able to basically tokenize a dollar. So you can deposit a dollar into a bank account that you would have, and then that dollar becomes a tokenized on the blockchain with USBC, and you can send it around, use it for payment, cross-border remittance, whatever you want to do with it, and it actually represents a dollar in your bank account.
Wow. So tell me the difference between flexible staking and boosted staking. What does this mean?
It's like rapid fire.
Yeah. We're getting it all out. They told me I was going to see a little timer up here that gives me 20 minutes.
We're just going to keep going.
You know, they hid it from me. There it is.
Oh, do you see it?
Yeah, they told me there was a little timer, and I see it now. I didn't even see where it was.
All right.
But I'm trying to get it all because my dad, who is the official father of the Digital Asset Investor channel, had a question, and I can't leave the stage without doing that one.
All right. Okay, so we'll hit staking first. So again, going back to earning, everybody's pretty familiar with traditional staking where you can stake your assets. There's typically lockup or bonding periods in and out of that staking, but you earn yield for doing so. With flexible staking, you can have, I'll say almost liquid staking, instant in, instant out, so that you can stake and automatically earn while it's staked, but you have the freedom, the flexibility to instantly pull it out, use it, trade it, swap it, and then restake it. So it gives you the ability to hold your assets, but earn on your assets, but access them when you need it, right? It's still, I just think that common theme of those things.
Right. So Dad, where are you at? Stand up. You're out there somewhere. It's your turn.
Where is he?
There he is.
Oh.
That's the official father of the digital. I'll tell y'all a funny story about Dad. So May 2018, he calls me up. I'm mowing the yard, and he says, hey, I've been watching these YouTube channels, and he goes, I think you could start one of those YouTube channels. I watch these guys talk about crypto all the time, and I said, Dad, I wouldn't even know how to record a YouTube video, and so went and looked into it, and then here we are 100 million views later. It's like, your fault, Dad. So Dad had a question, and his question was, the Holy Grail, Dad and I talk about this all the time. The Holy Grail for us, we want yield on our XRP, but we want our XRP to be insured, preferably insured in kind. This might be fantasy land, but I was going to ask you anyway.
You should start that business. No, it's good. I think it just keeps coming back to People want to hold the assets that they believe in, right? But people also want to earn on those assets, right? Because having a whole slew of assets without any way to make them make money for you is tough. And so while we don't have the insurance piece, we do have flexible staking. With XRP specifically, I think Paul hit the nail on the head that there will be, with Flare and Firelight, the ability to wrap your XRP and earn yield on it.
Yep.
I think the insurance part is a really interesting idea. I think if you can solve for that, I think you got a business.
Well, I was talking to Dom about it backstage, and it might be Fantasyland now, but somewhere down the road, that's what everybody here probably wants.
I think so too. I mean, it's solving real world problems. There's going to be more and more that we can tackle.
So what are you guys doing with this whole AI thing? The AI thing freaks me out. I can type anything, and I go in there and I type, tell me who I am and that kind of stuff, and it freaks me out. This whole thing I don't like it at all. That's part of the reason I started showing my face. I was like, well, this cat's out of the bag anyway. I don't have any choice with going into this thing. So what are you guys doing with AI?
Yeah, so when we talk to our customers, all the time. We're doing focus groups here. We do research projects. We ask about, how do you want to use AI, right? Do you like it? Do you believe in it? Do you trust it? And a number of the things that come back say, one, recommendations. They would like recommendations to be given to them, right? Proactively shared with them. And then the other thing that you'll see us come out with this year is the capabilities using AI, where you can prompt it to, let's say, rebalance your portfolio based upon certain things, right? Maybe you want a portion of your portfolio that tracks the most BOD, and you want to make sure that 25% of your portfolio has the most popular tokens in it. You can do that with AI, where you can, set and forget, and it will calculate those trades for you so that you can constantly be maximizing your portfolio without having to be at the monitors all day long. So I think there's some real useful, use cases in there for AI that will help people, I think, further maximize the potential of their portfolio.
Yeah. So I bet banks and financial institutions are calling you guys and bugging you like crazy to plug into your system. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people in this room probably know us for our retail wallet. And I think what they may not know is the platform that underpins that retail wallet is what's real special for us. It is the trading platform with all of the rules, everything you can do. And so we have API'd that platform, and we are working with banks, financial institutions, key partners, people like Ripple, and going to the market because these entities want to be part of blockchain, and a lot of times they don't know how. I mean, if you saw Paul's slides, right, in 2011, they were saying, or 2012, they're saying, we don't need any part of this. Well, now it's 2026, and they're trying to catch up. So we can make it super easy with our partners, us, Ripple, and others, going out to these financial institutions and putting together, I'd say, the underlying plumbing platform so that they can get to market. And they're going to have to, right? I mean, The operational efficiency is so key, and if they want to serve the next generation of users, right? My kids are not going to a bank. They don't understand why I even go to a bank these days. So, if they want to get in and serve that next generation of, financial users, they're going to have to.
Okay, it says I got a minute and 19 seconds. I can get it out. So when's Uphold going to IPO?
Save a bomb for last. So we announced last year that we do have plans to go IPO this year. So we are still in the works of that, but no date.
Okay, I just got nothing out of that one. I thought we were going to get to the bottom of this. Okay, I will not leave this stage until I ask this. The most famous Uphold tweet from Twitter 1.0 of all time was when y'all said, XRP just hit $1,000. What are you tweeting now? So XRP just hit $1,000. What are you doing now?
I hope I'm celebrating with all these people, right?
Yeah.
Big party.
So my answer to that question is a little different. We've taken so much off so many people for so many years I will be very similar to how Rodney Dangerfield acted in Caddyshack, at least for a month or so. That's how I'm going to act, and then I'll disappear.
That's awesome. I love it.
Thank y'all for
All right.
watching us.
Thank you.